make the announcement we are live, and after that we can see if the quality is good. Okay, let me see. Just seconds. Okay. Where is it? Okay. Announced it. Nice. I just open my chat up as well, and we are good to go then.
You gotta love Twitch ads.
Yeah, like it's weird because like there's some seasons of in Twitch where you can like set up without using any ads, but it's like the summer and the other holiday seasons, it's usually like Twitch saying, "Okay, you're still using ads even if you don't want to." So it's kind of weird, but yeah. Okay, hölgyek, urak, jó a minőség? Ladies and gentlemen, please tell us if the video quality is good. There is no lag, and also you can hear all three of us. Please let us know. Please let us know. Is it good? Okay. And you can hear us? Check, voice check, please. Say something.
Yeah, voice check.
Perfect.
Voice check.
Oh, okay. Nice. Okay, it's working now.
I probably need to pull up a Hungarian translator so I can read part of what's going on here.
True. Okay, if you guys are down, we can start. Let me know if it's okay.
Sure.
At your end.
Yep.
Okay. So yeah, welcome everyone. This is the very new episode of my Dev Live show, and I'm here today with the creators of the game codename Monsters Mania, and I'm very honored and very thankful that you guys are here with me and you accepted my request for this video interview. And yeah, like I'm always saying, let's start with a little bit of introduction about yourself.
Oh, I'm just the creator of it.
Okay. What
I'm retro.
What can you say about yourself, or what do you want to say about yourself?
Yeah, Kira, go ahead.
Go
Don't be shy.
for it. Don't be shy. True.
That's the problem. I'm pretty damn shy.
It's okay.
Yeah. Well, as I guess you could come to the conclusion of, I love games. I've been a player of many games, mostly RPG games, since I have been young.
Okay.
From Pokemon, mainly.
Okay.
And yeah.
So what was your very first game that you started playing, if you remember that? And when?
I think it was Super Mario World
Okay.
for the Super NES.
Okay. And when? Around what age?
7 or 8.
Okay.
Around there.
And so from that point of your life that you started loving video games, how you developed your creative minds that you decided to make games out from that?
Oh, the reason why I wanted to make this game is because we never had our very own remake for it that was released over here in the US.
Okay.
Like, it never left Japan for its remake.
Okay.
So I wanted to do it myself.
Okay. And were you like into video game development before making this game of yours, or is it like your very first game to make?
Yeah, it's my very first.
I see. Okay, and what about you, Retro?
So I have played games all my life, probably since about 6.
Okay.
I was the kid that got every new console growing up. I would say this is without doubt my favorite game in the world is Quackshot. I grew up with like Quackshot, Castle of Illusions,
Okay.
on Sega Genesis. Quackshot is a huge inspiration to me.
Okay.
I know 2 years ago in April they teased a remake on the PC, and it was an April Fool's joke. It ended up being the new PC DuckTales remastered, which is, don't get me wrong, DuckTales is gorgeous, but it's not Quackshot. But I definitely grew up on Sega Genesis. I grew up on Super Nintendo. I grew up on Nintendo. Classic Duck Hunt, Super Mario Brothers.
Okay.
Never actually got into game development myself.
Okay.
I went to school and graduated with cybersecurity. I went to school for different things related to game development and computers in general.
I see.
So it's more a general knowledge than it is specific. This is definitely my first game and definitely my first time messing with Android development.
Okay. Okay. And how did you two met each other? Like, what's the
So
story
we
behind
met
that?
over a Game Boy Color game called Dragon Warrior Monsters
Okay.
2 Kobe and Terra's Journey. Kira had noticed I was doing Wi-Fi battles with it over the Game Boy Color, and prior to this is before an editor existed for the game, and you had to hex value all of your stuff to have max stuff. However, Kira took it upon himself to start breeding perfect monsters. To give you a reference in a way of Pokemon, with perfect IVs, it's a certain way that you get perfect IVs on your Pokemon. However, with immunities and resistances in Dragon Warrior monsters, it's not, correct me, Kira, I think plus 24 or plus 35 of your breeding chains before you have a chance to pass immunities and resistances. So it's a lot
It's
harder.
actually a little earlier than that.
Oh, I thought it was at least like plus 24, plus 35, plus 40, something like that.
It could start from anywhere between plus 10, but the higher you go, like I think it's at 34 plus is the highest you could have for your base, and then basically once you get to plus 50, it's more guaranteed.
Okay.
I met him through a video that he'd made over one of the most popular monsters of the game called Dark Dream. And he was making a perfect Dark Dream and going through the video showing how to make perfect immunities and resistances for the monster. And that's how we met. And then we connected through Skype. Oh my God, who uses that anymore?
Oh,
We
God.
connected through Skype.
Good old times,
Yeah.
right? When Skype was a thing.
We connected through Skype and struck up a friendship. And now we're making Monsters Mania together.
Was the idea of this game of you two back then when you met each other?
Mm-mm.
Oh no.
No.
I see. I see. So it developed through time?
It's undocumented territory, and the engine
Mhm.
for the relevance of the game, like the whole thing that we're trying to make,
Okay.
there's no documentation of the engine. So we basically took an idea and then just rebuilding the engine from the
I
ground
see.
up.
Okay. Okay. Nice. Nice.
Okay.
Nice. Okay. And so, like, when you started making this game together, what was the very hardest part about it? Like, if you can think of that.
Oh, I remember when Kira was trying to set up the party system and he couldn't find the right script for it. It was something about having as many party members at one time or something like that. I forget the exact specifications at the time, but he had trouble with the party menu.
I see.
And he could not. We could not get past that blockade, and we couldn't really develop past that because you couldn't get monsters in your party. They wouldn't join you. There was a lot of small intricacies that were broken down and not functioning at all correctly for the game to progressively move.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, I think the hardest part for me was getting the actual capture system to work, but it's working now.
I actually remember the last build of the game where the monsters were actually 10 times as strong as they were supposed to be, and they dealt way too much damage at the very beginning of the game.
Oh, okay. Nice. And so when making and designing the game. So have you like learned all the creative process and making the game by yourself and by the help of the
So,
internet? And do you have mentors or somebody to learn
so,
from?
so what's really funny is everything I've learned is actually from a separate project that
Okay.
I'm working on. It's again through RPG Maker, but it's different versions.
Okay.
I think Monsters Mania is MV, and I'm
Yeah.
sure a lot of people know people use Pokemon Essentials and RPG Maker XP. So I kind of taught myself how to do the NetPlay engine and
I see.
add NetPlay and some scripting stuff that Kira taught me. He actually helped me set up the link system because he taught me some scripting stuff, even though it was different from MV and RPG Maker XP. So everything I've learned through a back end. I haven't learned it through doing Monsters Mania. Now, what I did learn through Monsters Mania was building Android builds.
Oh, okay.
Because that was not something Kira was up to doing, was porting it over to Android.
I see. Okay.
Yeah, my PC couldn't run that software, unfortunately.
I see. Okay. And so when you told me before that you're probably going to release your game not just on PC but on Android too, so for mobile phones as well. So what was the decision behind that, or what was the idea behind that decision?
Because everybody has an Android.
Okay.
Well, I'm sorry, the people that have Apple, but most everybody has Android. And if you don't have an
Yeah.
Android, they're really cheap to come by. And as far as we can see from testing, it pretty much works even for older Androids.
Okay.
So even older smartphones get the chance to experience our game and is not limited to just, what is it, like 5 and above, 7 and above, something like that. You got to have like a newer Android to play the game.
Okay, I see.
But also, I don't know if you know much about RPG Maker and cell phones. They have this backend called JoyPlay, and JoyPlay is just a mess. It's like 8 different plugins that you have to download. And me and Kira were like, no, if we're going to put the game on Android, it's not going to be through JoyPlay. It's going to run its own engine,
I see.
click the executable, and play the game so that it's easier for everybody.
I see. Okay. And so, like, when you started working on this game and you developed the game, what skills have you picked up that helped you in your life at other territories? What do you think? Or
Learning
how you
scripting has
changed as a person being a
learning
developer?
scripting
Oh,
learning scripting has really helped. I never ever saw myself doing anything, and now I'm managing the whole net play for another project. And I feel like I can take all that information going forward and moving forward in my development journey to become a game developer, maybe my own first commercial game or something
Okay,
like that.
I see. And what about you?
I don't really think it's changed me that much.
Okay.
Okay.
All those spriting hours.
I-
How long have you been spriting the game? 3 years?
Yeah.
And the first
Pixel
time,
by
was it
pixel.
like for yourself? So was it like a gift for yourself to make the game?
Yes.
Okay.
And for anyone
For-
else who like the original games,
I see.
If
I don't know how many there are.
And when?
if I remember correctly, he just started spriting the game, and I was like, he would take a screenshot and sprite that screenshot pixel by pixel, and over the next 3 years, that's what he's done, and it's really, honest to God, impressive. The difference of the engine porting, it looks official. To be completely honest with you,
Okay.
it looks like something a game company would actually produce.
Okay. And so when was the time when you decided, okay, I'm 100% sure that I want to release this game not just for myself to play at home or my close friends, but to everyone who is willing to like, download it?
It goes back to the undocumented territory.
Okay.
Having NetPlay with more added features and just a very good quality of life change for the game itself makes it more interesting to play, I would say. But also, I feel like once he started spriting it, because originally it wasn't even for me or as a team or anything.
Okay.
He was just spriting it and making the game solo all the way around until we had decided, or I was like, hey, why don't we port it over to Android? and that's when I started learning Hedgehog, which is I think the language for the current Android dev language is called Hedgehog, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay. And so, if I'm correct, so what do you say? Is it like more of a remaster or a remake of the original games or game?
Yes, it's a like a remaster with new added
Content.
things.
Okay.
Yeah, just as he said, quality of life changes.
Okay.
I want to add abilities, more competitive kind of play, make all the monsters original so everything gets played, like kind of like Pokemon, but better.
I see. Okay.
I would say in the original game there's kind of like a hierarchy of 12 monsters that are really just the only good monsters. And him and I didn't like that idea because we feel like you should use your favorites, and we feel like that we can balance the game in a way that the monsters have passive abilities and everything is viable in some way, in some fashion.
Okay. And so, when designing the difficulty of the game, did you want it to like tune down a little bit for the casual players of nowadays, or did you want it to like stay at the same difficulty that it had as for the original game?
I think the original difficulty was fine.
Okay.
It's not difficult. It's which monsters you really go in with.
Okay.
Like because it has like a breeding system, unlike Pokemon, where you just breed like a better version of what you already had. In this game, when you bred something, you got something new.
Oh, I see.
That monster could be better or weaker than what you had previously.
Okay. And so were
I
there like,
actually
oh, sorry, go for that.
I actually thought of something as an add-on. You were talking about when we decided, like one of our main reasons to develop this, and I know Kier will back me up on this. We kind of fell in love with its original source content. So the newer games that have like synthesis that take 3 monsters and make it one, and you only have one monster on your side as opposed to three. In this game, you don't synthesize to get one monster or 2 monsters. You still get to keep all three. So when you do the breeding and the combining, you're still creating one monster. You're not synthesizing them to one single creature. So you still have all three of your monsters to battle with. And that really changes the entire, I guess, playing field, the entire scope of the competitive aspect of the game.
Okay. And so
Would you agree to that, Kira?
Oh, sorry for that.
Actually, I am still just gonna do like how it was in the original game. It's just you use the two monsters, they basically leave, and you just have the baby. So it is still the original. I don't think keeping the original would be a good idea because you'd have way too many monsters to be holding on to.
No, I'm saying where they would synthesize and you would lose those
Yeah.
monsters and they would just become one single
Well, yeah, it's still working like that. It's just how the original game did it. It's just the two parents would leave, so they're still gone, and you still just get left with the egg.
Oh, that makes sense. I got you, but you
Yeah.
only but it works like the source content. I got you.
Yeah.
Okay. And so when designing the monsters, were you thinking of like bringing new monsters in your game too?
Yes.
Yeah, there are a bunch of new ones that weren't in the original.
And which one was your favorite to design?
Well, I didn't design these games since it's a remake of an old game.
Okay.
That all the things I'm taking from the original, but adding it from future games, from future installments, and adding into this game.
Okay.
My favorite monster would probably be Azurili, which is
Okay.
the Bird Lord. I just think it looks great, and I always got it for my playthrough.
I see. Okay. And so, like talking about like the original game, so how does it work? To do you need to own the rights to be able to make a remaster or a remake of the original game?
Because it's non-profit.
Oh, I see. I
Yeah,
see.
this is
So
all. It's all for free.
I see. I see. I see. So you don't have
The
to like
other
pay for
the
them.
other well the biggest thing
Yeah.
too is it really depends on who's like stuff you're using. Nintendo is a lot less forgiving about their stuff being used. This is not a Nintendo property in any way.
Okay.
It has no affiliation with Nintendo. We can tell you that the game that it originates from is actually Square Enix. So it's a whole different playing field.
Okay. And do you think like when you will release your game, the original devs or the publisher that you mentioned can pick up as an official or like fan official would say a project to promote
I don't
you?
think they. I don't think they would, just because it is copyrighted in the way of we wouldn't be able to make money off of it.
I see. Yeah, but at least they would promote it, so even if it's free, like I can see
I
that. So
mean, yeah.
okay,
I guess it would really depend, and we can go in and clear that up. We plan on releasing the public demo. We don't mind people playing the game in our Discord, but as far as
Yeah.
my understanding with Kira, once all of the prologue and chapter 1 are done, there will be a updated demo for everybody to play the prologue and all of chapter 1.
okay, nice.
Yeah.
Okay.
Which that is pretty close to completion, actually.
Okay.
Yeah, I just have to finish up just the ending cutscene,
Oh, nice.
and that's about it.
So is it going to be released as for the demo? I'm asking, like by the end of this summer or a bit later? Do you think?
I'll have to see about that.
I see. I see. So you don't
It
want
just
to rush
depends
it.
on how. Yeah,
Okay. Okay.
I
Okay.
just want to make sure everything's working properly
I see.
before I
I see.
release it.
But
There's
that's
no
very nice of you. Yeah,
crashes.
like a polished game.
Yeah.
Nice. Okay. And
But
so
also removing all the debug features, because we do want. The other biggest problem is with the original carts, you can't really get your creatures over to this game. So everybody that played the original cartridges can't really get all of their monsters that they used as when they were young. So that's why we have new monsters. So we're trying to recreate that nostalgic experience while breathing fresh new life into it as well.
okay.
So that the players that don't want to edit their teams and don't care about competition can have a nice, good challenge run and story, because let's face it, RPGs are about storyline.
True. So as for going to the story part that we are started to discuss, have you changed the story by any means, or have you added some story elements for the game, or are you planning to in the
Yes.
future? Okay.
Yes, I have changed a few things to the main story,
Okay.
and I've created a whole entire new post game.
Oh, okay.
Because originally the game doesn't have much of a post game, kind of like how Red, Blue, and Yellow didn't really have it. You
Okay.
basically just had an open world kind of thing, looking for different keys to go to different worlds, but they didn't really have story or anything attached to it. You got like 2 worlds in the post game. In mine, I'm gonna have those and more.
I see. Okay. Okay.
It's
So
really hard. It's really hard to replicate that randomization of worlds feature, but because it doesn't contain storyline, we would rather create worlds that have storyline to them rather than, oh, here's this random lane with these random monsters with no story.
true.
Go
Totally
fight the
agree on that.
boss.
Yeah. Okay, so going a bit of like into the future. So if you see yourself, both of you, like releasing this game in the upcoming near future, near years, do you think like you will also want to like or would like to make another game, but not like a remake or remaster, but a very new game from the ground up? Can you see
Perhaps.
yourself as making games from the ground up?
I don't know.
I might make another game, but not in
Okay.
like RPG Maker.
Okay.
I've always liked the Toho games, which are top-down shooters,
Yeah.
kind of like Galaga and stuff like that. I've always wanted to make one of those. I
I see.
have an editing software that I think you just need any kind of game engine, because I started making one on my when I had my old PC, but I lost it,
I see.
unfortunately. So I might go and try that out once I finish this.
So we were talking about game engines. Do you feel like it is more comfortable and also like more reliable to use your game engine and to make your own game engine than rather to use those who are or which are made by others?
I don't think I'd be able to do that. I don't think I have the knowledge.
Okay.
Unity and Godot are very, very difficult programs, especially not knowing and having to teach yourself. Game Maker as well. So I can understand the challenge level.
I see. Okay. And so we talked about a lot of things, but I'm interested in what about like hiring a publisher. So would you rather to publish your game yourself, even if it's going to be free, or would you like to have a publisher as well to promote your game?
I
That's
have no
really
idea.
that's so far in the future. I do know that we're
Yeah.
kind of like putting all of our effort into this
Okay.
because even once it fully comes out, we'll be working on like net play fixes. At some point, we're going to have to tackle adding net play to MV, which, as far as I know, there is a back-end script.
By
But
netplay, you
curious,
mean like people can play online versus in
yes,
versus modes? Okay.
Yes,
yes.
yes.
Nice, 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 nice.
And
I would
trade and
really,
stuff like that.
Nice.
I would really like to bring the co-op feature back as
Oh,
well.
nice. Okay.
That was in the main game, but again, currently as of right now, the scripts for those things don't exist. So before we get to the multiplayer thing, we want to build a really strong story and engine, make sure all that's functional. There's no debugging, nothing weird like that until we get to the competitive aspect. But also in the main game, building competitive monsters was more than a chore. And like Pokemon, as more games have come out, they've made making competitive creatures much easier, and we want to do the same in Monsters Mania.
Okay. I see. And so we
'Cause that-
discussed. Oh, sorry. Go for that.
No, go ahead. Go ahead.
No, I just wanted to ask, like, we were talking about like the hardest part of the development process so far. So what was
Learning
the
Android.
yeah,
Learning
yeah,
Android.
we were talking about that. So I want to ask this, like, what was the favorite part of the development process? Goes to both of you, of course.
Scripts are pretty fun.
Okay.
Adding scripts to the characters' NPCs and also adding events to the game is really fun.
Okay. And to you?
Yeah, it's a pretty simple faking things to get behind. As long as you know what you're doing, it's all been fun. It's just think the worst thing to do is making the scenes themselves. Other than that, everything for the game development so far has been fun in its own way.
I see. And were your like family and close friends supportive about the decision that you are making this game and also free, so you won't be having any money? Of course, because I can tell that it takes away a lot of time, so you're not.
There was a big thing I watched the other day that it's hard to really kind of get behind a project if you're not really going to gain anything out of it. And I kind of disagree with that. We were talking about how
No, don't get me wrong. It's not about I'm saying it's bad. It's just I'm curious if what was the.
No, you were talking about how, developers, we're each and all developers, like everybody's important development wise.
True.
Because I think one of the biggest misconceptions of development is people go, well, oh, you made your game in RPG Maker. You didn't code that. Code is code, whether it's script, whether it's Go engine, whether it's
that's why I asked, because I can tell that
code.
You have passion to this project, and I can tell that it's a lot of hours put into the game, and probably those hours are not you being with your family members and friends. So that's why I asked that if they are supportive about it or not.
I mean, if you think about it, we're not done with the chapter 1 or prologue, and he's been spriting for 3 years.
Yeah.
I mean, that kind of speaks of how massive the effort has been. He tried to teach me to sprite, and that didn't work.
Okay.
I can't
it's really
draw
not hard to sprite. That's why I have the pixel art freaking site to help me with that. I just need to have the colors, and I can just do everything. Since everything's just only 16 by 16.
Okay.
And any multiplication of that for the sprite size, and it's been pretty easy there. It's probably my favorite part of the whole entire thing.
Okay.
It's really pretty though. But we all know that secret. I'm downloading what you gave me now. So
okay. So about the music, let's speak about the music and the soundtrack of the game. So, were there any changes, or are you going to change anything on the music side of the game?
I've changed a lot,
Okay.
and I'm also doing this for anyone who gets at least the PC version.
Okay.
I'm going to make it so that you can add your own music tracks in
Oh, nice.
whatever you feel like would go with it, or just your favorite music that you would like to use for the game while you play it.
I see. That would be a cool
Because
thing
right,
to have if there would be a program that would make like all the songs that you have on your playlist like pixelated, right?
yeah,
That would be a cool thing to have. I'm not sure if there is a program on the internet or
So,
there could be.
yeah.
there is one, but it's kind of janky. But I will say that the music isn't as pixelated as you think.
Okay.
Um, but you'll see that when I show off the game later in today's episode. Oops, I said too much.
Yeah, spoiler time. Okay, so we discussed a lot of things. So as for going back
Oh,
to the story, who was your main character to redesign and replay with with his story elements?
That would be Kobe and Tara
Okay,
from the original. You're basically just taken to a new home at the beginning, kind of like how Pokemon, you just move into said town or you already live there. But in this one, where you're just instead of just going on an adventure, you have to basically save your new home after one of the inhabitants accidentally break an important piece of the island, and over time it starts sinking.
okay,
So you basically have to find a replacement piece for that from other worlds that you have to go and venture through, which have in case its own storylines.
I see. And what about you?
What were we asking?
So which characters or which character was your favorite to have in
Um,
the game and
Kobe
to
is really
design them?
so Kobe's really close to me.
Okay,
I don't have a picture of him right now. The only pictures I have is of that title screen thing.
I
Yeah,
can
definitely
grab
Kobe and
it.
Tara. They're definitely integral. I'm sure at some point he wants to talk, maybe show off the art and stuff. Uh, whenever he, oh yeah, those are the two that they're
There,
based around. Those are not the pixel versions, but that's what they're based
I know,
around.
but
Yeah, they're so young.
well, yeah, it's just like Pokemon. Your character is pretty young.
I see. So and as also it intends to the story, this question of mine. So were there times when you like put your own influence from your own life to the game, because you said like you changed some story elements, but were like in real life memories that influence your changes to the story? What do you think about that?
No, no, I don't think there's any kind of changes like that from my
Okay.
own life into it. I just thought for because this is also going to be affecting the post game.
Okay.
I changed a villain character
Okay.
in it, and that's pretty much it for like character change.
And why did you change the villain? What was the idea behind that?
I like a little twist to it. It also draws back to the main villain of the main story, that he basically manipulates through greed. So I'd have him manipulate one of the other villain characters to get what he wants through him,
I see. Okay.
so that he's just being manipulated through all of it, and he basically is no longer himself while under his control.
Okay. I see. So as we go deeper into rabbit hole about like the release of the game, so you mentioned the release for PC and Android too, but what about like older like Game Boy Advance, for example, or
That would be a lot of porting.
okay?
Yeah.
Have you been thinking about that though, or not that much?
No, No.
Not at least not right now.
Okay.
If there's a way that I can learn to do that, or maybe I can find
There are
someone
some
who could
developers,
possibly do
solo
that.
developers, who are making games for Game Boy Advance. That's why I asked, because it could be fun. Like it would be fun also to have
Yeah.
these games in little cartridges, and to buy them, or at least if not buying them, for free. Like, but yeah,
Yeah,
it would be
I'll
cool.
have to see later down the
I
road to
would
see if
I
if
would
that's
I would
possible.
say I would say the chances of coming to Stream Deck would be a lot higher than something like Game Boy Advance, just because that language is so hard to program, and him and I know nothing about it. So
I see. Okay. And so, about like learning everything for being able to make a game like that, what challenges have you faced, and what challenges is or are you going to face in the future that you can see now?
The breeding.
Okay.
adding net play,
Okay.
possibly adding co-op.
And so
I'm
what?
sure it's some.
No, go for that. Go
Go
for
ahead.
that. Sorry.
Yeah, just mainly probably adding co-op, and I agree with the breeding, because a lot of these are scripts, and if they don't exist, then we have to code them ourselves.
Okay. Were
Or
there
pay someone
times?
to do it.
Were there times where you like just took a break from making the game and said that, okay, I'm done. It's just hard for me.
Yeah.
In the beginning, he did, but
Okay.
he's really stepped up a lot. Because you got to think he every screen transition and every pixel has been sprited by hand.
Okay.
Like that's
a lot of work. Yeah.
mapping is not something I'm good at in RPG Maker.
Okay. And so, what kept you be motivated with the project, not to give up and not to take very long breaks from it?
This game is actually my entire childhood.
Okay.
Like I know I said I didn't mention
I
it
love
when I
that.
played it growing up, but
You saying that?
it is my childhood. Even though I didn't mention it, it's definitely. Otherwise, me and him probably wouldn't be working
Do you
on the
think
game.
it's like, for every one of us in this whole globe, it's important to keep and secure our childhood?
Absolutely.
Okay, and why?
I feel like we have to kind of just express ourselves.
True, true. I
Um,
agree.
and I think that's what makes games so different for everybody. It's like,
True,
you may not like a game, but it may not be for you.
true.
Our basic idea is to have everybody relive the nostalgic experience that they had growing up. But the best part is, even if you've never played the game, at some point I'll be doing a let's play of what it's based on my channel. And when you go side by side and look at the source material and the new material, it's just, there's no better way to say it. It's vibrant, it's pleasant to look at. It's just such high quality. Like
You cannot wait to play it.
you could not get this kind of quality on the Game Boy Color.
Okay.
You just
Yeah,
can't.
it's actually crazy how much they crammed into that cartridge. Like, it's way beyond everything that you could see from at least the very early Pokemon games. The
Oh
amount
yeah.
of like the amount of endless play from just being able to get your basic infinite amount of keys to go to infinite amount of different worlds. It's basically roguelike after you completed the game. You
True.
can
So
just
there's
go anywhere.
so there's more content than Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal in the base game of what we're making.
Okay.
So that's our challenge, to kind of keep the content at the same level as, okay, I know Pokemon Gold, Silver, and Crystal have 16 badges. They have a lot of content. They have post game content. But let's face it, there's not a lot of post game content in Gold, Silver, and Crystal. But it's a massive game. And like he was saying, it's basically roguelike and endless after you complete the game. But that is something we most likely would not. We would definitely struggle to replicate it. And Kira's not really sure if he wants to replicate it. We want to focus harder on the quality of life, the new storyline, the graphics, the music, make it really immersive.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so, what about your childhood? Because we are talking about his childhood. So, what about yours? So, do you think it's important also for you and for everyone else to secure your childhood as well?
Yeah.
Okay, and why?
Because I think that's what makes a lot of us of who we become in the future.
Okay. Why do you think like people are not brave enough to look back and think of what mistakes they did and also how happy they were with their childhood?
I don't know.
I feel like
Because here
they
we
feel
are,
like
we are trying to do that, and
Yeah.
there are people who are
Yeah.
not. So, what could be the case behind that?
I feel like they're scared. I
But
think
why?
people trying to be an inner child, I think there's a massive misconstruency that as you age and get older that, oh, you shouldn't play Pokemon, you shouldn't play video games, you shouldn't.
Okay.
Man, you got 70,
Yeah,
80,
but come
90
on,
year
we
old
are living in
grandmas.
an era where gaming became a trend, so it shouldn't be a thing now, right?
You remember that older guy when Pokemon Go came out and he had like 50 phones attached to his bicycle with all the cords and connections? I mean, you really just got to express yourself regardless of your
True,
age. Age is
true,
just a
true,
number.
true, 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 true. Do you think that that could be, or there could be a change in everyone's life that they will be brave enough about this decision of theirs to be able
Yeah.
to, to relive their past and relive their childhood again?
Those of us that don't know our past are doomed to repeat it, I say. So you really got to know your past, know your future, and where
True,
you're
true. I agree
going.
with that. But what could be the change that people will be brave enough again and to
You
relive it?
got to really not be scared of who you are, and you just got to be who you are. You really just got to open up to yourself. If you're an inner childhood at heart, you go home and play Mario Brothers for 8 hours a day. Once you do your responsibilities,
So,
nobody cares.
so do you think like the main message of your two of your game like would be that relive your childhood and be brave about to express yourself and play these games? Would you say
I
that?
would say so. Yeah, I would say
Yeah.
so.
Okay, okay. So yeah, we discussed a lot of topics, but if I haven't asked anything that you might want to, share with us before we get into the gameplay part, that we were discussing about, let me know. Let me know.
I think that's about it. We can continue right on to that if you like.
Okay, we can do that. Yeah. Okay.
All
So
right,
yeah,
let me
everyone.
screen.
Now we are going to be, spoiler time. Go and look into the game
Yeah.
a bit. So yeah, let
Right,
me know if you have shared it, and I will click into it.
I'm gonna share my screen.
And yeah, also
Me
don't
get
forget to like after that, everyone on the stream can also like have
Yeah, I
questions.
absolutely during
Don't
during
forget that.
playing like
Or
showing the
during play
game
as
off.
well. True, 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 true. Okay, let's
Because Kira's here to answer
me.
questions, and I'm actually the one playing, so
Okay, how
all
can
right,
I open it up to? Let
you're
me.
good. As soon as I have that window open, it's gonna share it.
Oh, okay, 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 okay. I thought that you have
Yeah,
opened it up. Sorry, my bad.
no, this Discord's just stupid.
It's slow, but it's okay. It's way better
It
than the
is.
state of Skype right now. So
Oh my lord! Don't. We do not talk about the S word. Uh,
yeah,
it is sad that it
Skype
has
was
better
good, but
video
it's just
quality
like
than.
they renewed it with a lot of paid features, and since then it's like a very trash application in my opinion.
I didn't. know- I didn't. I didn't know it was paid features. That's
Yeah, they
crazy.
they
When
took
did they
away a
do
lot of
that?
features that were for free of charge, and now you have to pay for that. So yeah, it's kind of sad, but it is what it is, I guess.
I'm working on sharing it.
Okay,
It's
okay, let me
being
know, let me know, let me
slowness.
know.
I'm working on it. Oh my god, screen share. Come on.
We are very professional.
It's
Yes,
okay,
we
it's
are.
okay. We are learning. Every one of us, it's okay.
Let's do this.
Don't
Give
you
me
worry
one.
about that.
Oh,
Discord will do it now. Come on, Discord. You can do it. I believe in you. Even with all the other crap running. Oh, I see what's going on. That's probably causing a lot of issues. So, like when you go to share screen and it's just like loading. There we go. It's like endlessly loading. All right. Now I'm on this screen. I want to make sure the game can be heard too. That's the other thing I'm trying to
Oh
do.
yeah, I will make sure it's
Okay, here we go. Custom stream quality 720/30.
nice.
All right, let me know if you can see it.
It's loading for me. Loading. Yes, there you go. We can see it, hear it
Alright.
too.
Is it too loud?
No, it's okay.
Okay. All right. I'm not going to keep always dash on because. All right.
Okay. Nice. So yeah, by the way, anyone who would like to ask anything about the game, let us know. Don't forget to let us know. Can I make it like people can see us as well? I'm correct. Oh, there you go. I can make that. Nice.
Just kind of walking around letting you look at the pixels. Now remember, these are like 1 pixel a piece, and he sprited every bit of this.
Nice.
All right. And then each of these dialogues is an event or multiple events, probably for each transition of text. All right. Music's about to change in a second. I really like the music that you chose for this next part. Yes, this.
Let me add a bit of a volume to the... There you go. Nice. You realize that there is danger ahead, right?
Yeah.
I'm in danger. Like, graphically, this is so pretty to look at.
It is.
It's high color, it's high
I just
vibrant.
wish this game would release in physical version too, because you know I'm a guy who likes to have his games on the shelf, so I'm a bit sad that... I mean, we never know. You might release this game physical version too, hopefully.
I don't know if Square Enix would ever let us do that. Oh, I gotta go to the other place.
You need to go to the vault first.
Yeah, I know. Got to get the pie! So the mother sent us on an errand, for those of you that missed that. Our grandma sent a package. Alright. So they're blocking our way. I'm gonna go back this way.
And so what is your opinion about the newest Dragon Quest games? If I can ask that.
I haven't
Compared to
played
these
Dark
games.
Prince.
Okay.
I don't like the synthesis where you become one monster and you lose a teammate. That's just... You're fighting with less monsters. You have a stronger monster, but less. And strength is in numbers. Okay, so there goes the pie.
Oh shoot, is that not? I don't think that's working properly.
Yeah, he's not supposed to do that.
This music
Shoot.
gives me vibes of Final Fantasy X. That's my all-time favorite
I thought
RPG.
that event was fixed in the last episode. So basically, these two fight over that pie, and he knocks this thing loose right here. So his fat butt has to plug this up because this is the Log's navel, which controls all the life force of the island.
I see.
Which means none of the other stuff. I could just walk through Terra. Okay. I thought this was fixed in the last episode.
It was fixed. Sus, I must have changed Warbu's movement there, so it probably gunked up the whole thing.
Once he's plugging the navel, basically he sends us to go find a monster master, and we have to talk to everybody. So once we do that, he gives us the key to stay in this world, but also the key to go to the new world. That debug is somewhere here. Where's that tree at?
Yeah.
Kira?
It's straight down. It's down. Yeah. It should be the one that's under. Okay, no, to the right. No, the one above there. Yeah, click. Oh, click the one that's right under the fountain nozzle.
Are you planning, by the way, to add Easter eggs
The-
to the
the-
game as well?
Yeah, there's gonna be Easter eggs, and I want to open up a Patreon for after I'm done with the main game,
Okay.
so that people can donate like $1 to get their own specific monster
Oh, nice.
with
Okay.
whatever they want on it.
Nice. Okay. Can
So at some
people
point,
design
would
their
that be-
monsters too?
The what?
That would be cool. Designing their own monster for Patreon.
It really depends. Okay,
Here's
there's
the
that one.
beef
But click the top one right there. No, the one above it. Okay, click that. Okay, now go to the tree at the very bottom. Tree at the very bottom.
There we go.
Yeah, there you go.
Okay.
Okay, so this will put you into the first world here, so you get to see a
Okay,
bit
so-
more.
Let me go back.
Nice.
Oh, whoa. What happened there? I sense a strong monster
Oh.
nearby. Oh, this is new. I haven't seen this.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. This is why I kept asking you to go and see what it is. So these are a brand new mechanic from the original game. There are wanderers that will appear in the overworld after you completed a certain part of the story. They are meant to be fought either after you complete the world, or if your monsters become strong enough to fight it. Because right now, that monster that just appeared is a Go Hopper. It's the strongest monster that you can come across.
Oh my god, nice.
Look at this. This is the. Oh, I get a whole party too. Nice.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh yeah. The backgrounds are so interactive for the world. It's just. Oh, I don't have any magic. How lame is
Yeah,
that?
you don't have any magic. Not until you level up a bit.
All right. He's slain. Slain.
Nice.
I was going back because it transferred me to the nearest town, and I wanted to show you where I would have come in at had I had the key. Oh crap! I should have done the beef jerky. I'll do it next turn.
Nice.
So to keep everybody in an idea, if you've never played the base game, you recruit by giving them treats, or if you just happen to, I guess, scout them if they're impressed. Let's see, did I get them? Nope.
No, because you didn't use the item. You got
Oh, I
to use
thought I
the
did.
item first.
So had we gotten the correct keys, we would have come in at that door. That's the key to the Oasis world. That's why I backed up, even though...
Okay,
Okay.
you can't use the... You shouldn't use the item yet until the last monster remaining.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, that's
or
a
it
good...
won't work.
Okay, that's a good technique. There we go. Oh, whoa!
Okay, see? So that just means it will be captured at the end of the fight now.
I see. Okay.
Oh, that's cool. I haven't seen that, so that's something you added. Oh, that's cool.
Yeah.
And Bear,
So
God
see,
back
now
up
the
and wishes to join you.
You can't name them right now. I have to figure out how to do that because I can't make the script run it during the battle.
Nice.
So I have to find a way to do that.
So, now
So
we're
you
going
should
to the
be
first
able-
town.
Because you should have the Ant Bear in your party now. But like you won't have it in this active party here. You'll have to switch them out.
Did you add a fourth monster slot?
I think it's in there. Yeah, so you have the Ant Bear. You'll have two separate formations, but you can only use 3 monsters at a time. So you'll have to go to formation there.
Okay, so we come to this town last. Oh, there's the Wanderer. I love that.
Yeah, he'll
Alright.
change positions every time you leave.
Trying to remember. I know where you have to go. Oh,
Yeah, you gotta go to the other city.
I love that Wanderer thing you added. I had never seen that. That's really cool.
Yeah.
That music is jamming though.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah, I went to go and pick the best music for everything to be the most immersive to it, but as I said, you will be able to put in your own song by replacing the files.
I see.
Alright, so we go down to this town. It's actually kind of cool that you gave me a party of 3 because you know what I can show off then.
Well, actually, I don't think you can do that because I don't think I have that. Because as you see, the circus guys in there. Because I made this a little bit further on.
I see that.
So
yeah.
I made it to the part until after. When did I set it up? I think it's after the Beavern fight. So if you talk to him now,
Oh,
yeah. So he should be able to take you. He should take you down to the. So he should take you down to the treasury.
The problem is that event for him plugging the hole isn't running. Yep, jump by thieves.
Were you thinking like on that the monsters that you are using to fight could also like be captured on the screen as well? Because that would be a nice addition to the game, in my opinion. Like in Pokemon games where you can see your own monsters too, you know?
Oh yeah, I don't think. I think the only way to do that for this game is to have the side view battle.
Okay.
So I could add that. Maybe I can have it switch between them depending on what you want. Like you could either have it the way it's set up or have it because it's a side view battle. So the enemy monsters will be on the left and your monsters will be on the right.
Yeah.
But I think I would have to. Oh, I know that could all work.
See? No, because like I said, it would be a nice addition to see your monsters as well. Because the monsters are designed so pretty, so yeah.
You don't have the map, do you? You don't have the map function added, do you?
The map? No, there's no map at the moment.
My god. There we go. I should have tried to recruit that. That's a dragon type.
Yeah.
Mirage Lake should be right here.
Did you get the water call?
Nope.
you need to go back to get that.
I'm trying to remember where that's at.
That's from the prison. So you gotta go back to that town you're already in.
Okay.
And the Mirage Lake is back down there anyway.
It is down. I thought it was up. Alright. Alright. You have to use the water call anyway.
Yeah, you have to.
Down to the prison, which is over here. Alright.
And you just talk to that guy.
I remember there's like a water spot on the ground and then you use the water call to reveal Mirage Lake.
Yeah.
I thought that was up to the north though.
Well, it is up to the north. It's actually, it should be right past the cliffs on the left side, on the right side. So you just go back the way you were going. Well, no, go back down, because it's just beyond there and a little bit up.
Oh, okay. It's up, but it was further down and up.
Yeah, it should, as long as you stay by the grassy area there. So it should just be up from here.
Did you implement the thief fight? There it is.
No, I did not implement it. Right now, it just skips the fight.
There we go. There's the water call. Look at that freaking water. Oh my god. So
Yeah,
good to look at.
It took me so long to get that to properly work. But I'm glad it works now.
You did implement it.
Well, I didn't implement the fight. It'll just skip the fight. Like, I have all the dialogue here set up. Like, everything will play where it's supposed to be playing. I just have to actually do the whole entire scene with the actual characters.
So what do you think, like, made these old school games so special that we are still remembering these games?
Okay, it skips the boss fight, and we would have gotten the title bell and would have put the title bell there, and then it would have taken us to the next. Well, you would have had to go find the key to the next chapter.
Can you go back to see if you can go back to Oasis right now? I don't know if you can at this point. No, like, go back to Oasis.
And the second key's not implemented in, right?
Yeah, it's not in there yet. But I just wanted to see if you can go back to Oasis right now. Because there was the... Okay, so... Go back to the Mirage Lake.
What level is that, Go Hopper?
It's level 10. So...
Let's not.
Try to avoid it.
I think it would be cooler if it, like, chased you a bit more.
I was wanting to do that, but it would be chasing you all over the map, and you would probably be wiped. Because there's no way.
Cool,
Yeah, but then it kind of make it difficult to find out where it is if you try to go looking for it. It could be like it would just be any. Okay, go into the actual dam. Because this will be the start of the new content that's different from the original. I think I set it up properly. Okay, so there is a beaver in there. If you talk to him.
This is not in the main game. I've not seen this. No, I'm not one of the King's Guards. Look at this.
Are you
I hit it
planning,
from
by
the
the way, to
default.
localize the game into other countries as well? Like, not just on English, but other languages?
Yeah, I could probably do something like that, but I'd probably need help from like local people with that language to help out with that.
I would be totally down to make this game for Hungarian players, in my opinion, because it matters.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
The king took me away.
I could probably do that.
Ants. I'll share it with you if you promise not to say anything.
Oh shit! It didn't freak.
Kira, is this what I think it is? Is this leading up to what I think it is?
Yes, but for some reason the hay bay did not change to the mirror. It was supposed to be up there. Why did it not run? I should have looked my game over a little bit more because that should have been working. Last time I used it,
that's not in the game.
Because
in the game you fight this creature because basically the thieves took their home over, so you go into the dam and he's actually the boss of the first area, but now instead Kira has altered it. That person with the all black on is also a boss fight. It's just not implemented yet. It's a very nice looking mirror. Oh my god, I'm so hyped now because I know what this is about and what it's for.
I should have made sure this was all properly cut, because the one that joins you right there, if you go back out to the right.
It's that one.
If you talk to that one, he will join your party.
He says you beat him now. That's the normal one you fight. Bino, yep.
Yeah.
Okay. Why is he not there?
No, I think he should be in there. Check. Yeah, he's in there. Yeah, you have to go down to change, swap out. There you go.
650?
Yeah. Well, that's just the setup. I haven't given them all their own stat lines yet.
Overpowered, right?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, but with these, you can go and fight the...
Okay, hold on a second.
Whatchamacallit
Let's notice the difference between 650
yes.
HP and 28.
Yeah, because I haven't implemented on how they will grow yet, but I have for the slime families. Obviously, they're gonna have like a low.
At least they don't like have over amounts of HP in the main regular battle. Okay.
So you should be able to beat that.
I have Beaver, and let's do it. Okay. Music, let's go!
Yeah, okay, and for these monsters, they will join your party if you beat them. You don't need to use the food.
Let's go! Ooh, I don't like the miss. This music is banging, Kira. We need to try to put this whole track on Spotify. Oh, they came nimble. Ooh.
Yeah. Yes.
Is that evasion?
So, yes, he just got higher invasion.
Oh. Oh no. Why? This has a lot of HP, I bet.
It has 100 health.
Oh,
so it's not too bad.
Okay.
Since you are supposed to be a little higher level when you fight this, but since you have the HP advantage, you should be able to win.
You have to love the fact how he's just grimacely smiling at me while I can barely hit him. And when I do hit him, I do between 1 and 7.
Because this is one of the main things, because each of the monster families will have its very own abilities to go along with their own monster abilities. So what I'm going to do with the bug family is that since they are small, they will have really bad freaking stats, but have high evasion.
I see.
Such as this one, and they'll also level up your party faster.
Nice! The growth rates and all that stuff was not in the base game. I think everything was kind of like one single formula.
Well, I think the monsters had their own level up depending on what the family they came through. So I believe Devil and Dragon and the boss family had the lowest level up rate in the game, and insects had the fastest. So that's why I said it's like, well, okay, so I'll have the insects grant that ability to everything else in the party.
Nice. Oh my god. You just have to wonder how much HP this thing there we go!
Nice.
Yes, I will take it. Fireball, let's go! Magic time! Show off Fireball. I'm like required. Oh, Slime is in my main party, okay. Alright.
Now for Fireball, so you go to Magic. I don't know if I gave this its own proper animation yet. It might have a crappy animation.
Yeah, that's what I wanted to ask. Are you planning to add animations for the different like skills?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, I did make an animation for it. I just don't think I attached it to that skill.
I see.
So yeah, that's most of Chapter 1 without some of the dialogue and events.
Nice. I'm looking forward to it. And yeah, like I said, it would be a cool addition in my opinion to have like your monsters on the screen as well, so people can relate.
Yeah.
Oh my god, if they could follow, that would be so cool.
Yeah.
That would be cool.
Because the original did have the following monsters, but I have to see if I can get that to work, because Because
I hope so. I hope so because, like I said, it's a collection of our monsters to collect, right? So it would be a nice addition.
Because from here, how RPG Maker works is because it basically makes your party have the icon of what you have.
Okay.
For your overworld sprite, so you have Kobe there, obviously. So what it would do normally is if you got new monster and everything, it would replace him.
I see.
So I had to script it so that doesn't happen, and so that he has to stay in there no matter what. So, but in doing so, I have to also do the same for everything else.
Okay.
And that might create issues. So I'll have to go and test all that stuff out to see.
So is this points toward Wanderers? Is that what this means on this screen?
The what?
Where it says Wanderer 3, what does that mean?
I have no idea. I did not look into that. I don't know what that's. Maybe it's. I have no idea what the Wanderer would be referring to.
Oh, you added weapons and armor. That's amazing. So Kobe can get stronger stuff as well.
Well, no, that's just the base stuff. It's gonna be. I'm changing like the weapon to accessory.
Ah, that makes sense. The accessory for the monsters.
Yeah, which is what they originally had.
Nice.
The well is filled up with water. Again, I don't have any excuse not to do laundry anymore. Oh my god, this is immersive! By the way, this is where the Beaver fight actually takes place. Down here in the bottom of the well on the right-hand side on the end in here. Wow, this is so ominous. Give me stuff.
No, I didn't code the treasure chest stuff in there yet.
Ooh, that's a mimic.
But if you notice it, yeah, that's a mimic.
Oh. Nice.
So this is also like a Wanderer, but it's only for inside of dungeons. Except, unlike the Wanderer for the overworld where it gives you where its location is, the Mimic does not.
I see.
It can just appear, or it might not be in the dungeon at all.
So yeah, by the way, on the stream, if there is anyone who would like to ask anything, let us know. Let us know, by the way. We're still here, still listening.
I am jamming to this jazz. This jazz track is amazing.
I don't think you'll be able to beat the Mimic. It has a lot more health, but I guess it won't be able to hit you.
Speed up button, go! Hey, but the Mimic will automatically join me.
Yeah, well.
Like, how much HP are we talking? Like 500? 600?
No, I think it's 250 because it's since it's part of the material family, it has bulkier stats. So that's why it's taking so long. It's like it's not strong, but it takes more damage.
You have a skill in the game with which you can like see what attacks you should input to the monsters.
The what?
Do you have a skill with your main character to see what monsters you should choose against another monster?
Oh, that would be
cool. Like an advantage kind of thing?
Yeah, true.
Oh, that would be neat.
I think I have a monster skill that I'm reworking from the original game that only has an overworld effect.
Okay.
Which basically allowed you to see the full map of a world you haven't been to before. But I'm going to have a in-battle effect that'll allow you to see the enemy stats.
Okay.
Oh, that's
and
cool.
See it's like so you'll be able to see its resistances and stuff like that.
That's so cool. You should make that be like a difficult monster to get.
No, it's going to be a skill. In the original game, it was called Informer. And
Informer.
okay,
Okay.
yes. So it just a lot because again in the original game it was only an overworld effect. So if outside the battle you used it, it would just allow you to immediately. Well, no, what it did in the original game was tell you what monsters were in the area. But in this game, it's gonna do that. But in battle, it's gonna be a passive that you're able to see the stats of the monsters.
That would be really cool. But you'll be able to get it early in the game by this point. But it won't be something like really easy to obtain either.
Yeah, you'll basically have to like breed to get monsters that learn it.
Oh, so not even a catchable monster.
Yeah, at least not like early, because I wanted to make sure that you can get it probably by ice. So, you know, when you get to breed.
Are you gonna... Oh, so breeding won't be available earlier in the game.
Yeah, it'll still be where it should be.
Can't you breed earlier if you trade with friends, though?
No, I think you need to get at least ice to be able to have the link trades.
That makes
well,
sense.
not link trade, but crossbreeding. So I think you only have battle unlocked at that time, like early on, as long as you started through the game, and you could have online battles. So I guess you could still get monsters that way, because in the original game, you could bet monsters on your victory.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Because this game was a lot different than how you would look at Pokemon.
It is. Immunities, resistances. And then I see you change the stat system to include luck and some other stuff that was not in the original game.
Yeah. Because now, not just that, all the monsters originally had their size freaking charts, but they didn't do anything for the original game. It just allowed you to know if they were a small monster or not. In this game, it's going to affect your crit rate and your evasion. The smaller the monster, the higher evasion rate you have, but lower crit. And the bigger the monster is, the higher the crit, but lesser the evasion.
Nice.
Oh, so you take a lot of damage, but you deal a lot of damage.
Yeah. So, because right now what you're fighting is a medium-sized monster. So it has only a slight evasion, only 10% evasion, in comparison to the other monsters you have been fighting in this world, which have all been small monsters. So they have the highest evasion, but they basically can't crit you. This one has no crit deficit. It just has its normal damage. But if you fought, say, a large monster, it would have like a 20% increase for its crit chance of happening, but it would be negative 20%. 20% evasion. And if it was a giant monster, it would have like 50% crit, but like minus 50% evasion. So, because there are
crit.
Yes. But there's not too many giant monsters in this game. There's only a few, so that's not going to be like
the
crazy.
Final boss, for example, like the main story final boss.
Well,
That
even
fight is gonna be really bad.
Well, he's actually just a large monster. He's not a giant, but there will be giant monsters in the post game. I think the only giant. Yeah. Yeah, I don't want because I don't want it to be impossible to get through, because the only giant monster you'll be able to interact with, I think, will be in Sky, which is Gigantes. Like he has
so
very
cool. That's so cool.
And that'll be the only one that you can fight in the main game. And then I want to make sure that every monster in the game is capturable, except for a very small few that you can only get through breeding. And as you see
Only
there,
250 HP.
Nice.
so also if you notice there, the Mimic also gave you a large amount of money from that. That's
So the-
also what they're
Well,
gonna
the
do.
Beaver's on the other side on the right, off the screen where the water is.
Yeah.
Originally, the Beavern is over there. Now, would Beavern and Curselamp, Beavern would be a large monster and Curselamp would be a small monster, right?
No, they're both actually smalls. Oh no, actually, I think Curse Lamp is medium. So right there, you can see the mimics there again, but don't click on it. But if you go back up, like if you go back up to leave again and come back down, it will possibly not be there again because it's gonna have a random. Okay, I guess you just rolled the same one again. Oh my god, the freaking roll! It has different locations where it can pop up, but it doesn't seem to want to go anywhere else.
I'm not going to mess with it. I do not want to fight it at 200
Yeah.
HP. It's just not. I see the encounters down here for like spooky and stuff haven't been implemented.
No, yeah, I've implemented them. They were there before you finished the world. I just didn't implement them after because I was still testing some things out.
So, I have a question for chat. Everything you've seen in the game today, what is your favorite part? What have you liked? What are you looking forward to? Let me know in the comment section down below.
That's no. True. Lurkers, speak up.
I just love to like look at this game. It's so pixel perfect. It's beautiful.
Hölgyek, urak, a kérdés mindenkihez intézett. Kinek hogy tetszett a játéknak a bemutatója, erről a játékról még nem igazán mutattak eddig semmit. Itt először látható ez a gameplay nálam, úgyhogy ha bárkinek bármilyen véleménye, azt írjátok le egyébként is, ha lehet, akkor angolul, de ha magyarul is leírjátok, akkor az is teljesen jó. So yeah, for those who are watching this and do speak English, let us know how did you like this presentation of this awesome game.
That was very impressive.
Speak up, don't sleep.
That was impressive.
You can also go to the last world if you go back to Great Log, if you want to see that. I think it's still mapped to that, but you'll have to go
very nice,
back
like
to Great
the
Log.
8-bit style. Nice.
So, it's a lot more graphically impressive than its base material, I would say. But it is based on 8-bit, yes.
It was a Game Boy Color game, after all.
It was, and pixel-wise, it's so much prettier to look at like this.
Especially since I cleaned up a lot of them, so they look like they flow into each other better than the originals.
Yeah, a lot of the monster sprites he actually took on Photoshop and cleaned all the excess off the sides. That's why they look so clear in the game. Okay, go back to Great Log.
Okay, so if you go back to where you first start the game.
Yeah, let me just walk through Terra like a ghost. Alright.
Yeah.
Yeah, you had it implemented over here before. I don't remember where.
It's by the cacti ball. So down.
Okay. Yep, I know where it's at, by the Dream Egg. I know where it's at.
It should be to the right. It should be the right of him. One more.
There it is. Nope.
Oh no, I changed it to that. Yeah, because I was testing to set up the boss fight.
Okay, so currently in this build, this doesn't have the warp. Because you changed the warp to this.
Yeah. I thought I still had it as the original.
You need to put one warp on one side so we can test both. But then again, there's really no point for that warp other than to spoil the end of the game, which there's really no point.
I just wanted people to see what they thought of it. Because it's just the last world. It's a short world with just 2 quick boss fights.
Well, I am not walking all the way back there.
Yeah.
That's
yeah, okay. Yeah.
Nice.
I'm
Thank you for that.
I'm not. I'm not doing that. That's too many steps, and I don't have repels.
Like I said, I'm totally down to translate it to Hungarian language, so people
That would
in
be
my
really cool.
country would be down to play it more likely, because I
Yeah.
know that it's a lot of people can struggle at my country to understand English. So yeah.
It's
Yeah.
sad. I can't even really interact on Twitch because I don't know. Like I have a Twitch, but I haven't used it in so long, so I don't have the login or anything.
Let me know
So I'm
if
just
the
like
demo
looking
is
at the
ready. Are you
chat.
ready to have this demo for me to stream it? I will be totally down. Let me know.
Yeah. I'll fix the bugs for it, make sure everything properly works, and I can send it over to you.
Thank you.
That's
Thank
no
you for
problem
that.
by
And
me.
like I said,
Yeah, we thought
let's.
it was ready. I didn't realize the glitches
Yeah.
and stuff that were not fixed
Yeah.
in the version that I was playing.
Okay. Okay,
So.
I will need you for some more minutes after our stream, but if
Yeah.
there is no any question, there is not any question at my stream, and we discussed
No
everything.
questions? There's no
We
questions.
can call it as an end. But like I'm always saying, if the demo is ready and the demo is up on Steam or before that, we can talk again. So I'm pretty much down to that.
Yeah.
So there will be a lot of
Clearly, we
developing.
have to fix the Steam demo. Clearly.
Okay.
Yeah. I'll fix all that. Don't
Okay.
worry.
Okay. Thank you everyone for joining us here today, and yeah, everyone who will watch back the VOD, I am sure that a lot of us and a lot of you will do that. Make sure to follow our friends here on their socials. Please also link into the chat your socials, but I also will do that as for my edits video and my Discord as well, so you can follow their
Is that how I say that in Hungarian? Nix Cardes?
What does it mean?
Any questions? Nix Cardes?
Kérdések, yeah. Kérdések. Question is kérdés, yeah, in Hungarian. Yeah.
Nix Kérdésia.
Kérdés. Almost. You're getting there.
Yeah. It's like a tongue twist.
Yeah. Good stream. I was late, but we'll check out the VOD for sure. Thank you for that. Thank you. We will meet. We will meet with our friends here for sure. I know it's late for my viewers, especially Hungarian ones, but yeah, we will have a great time discussing it, and I will also have our guests of today's show episode in my Discord, so you can ask them about their game and talk with them as well. So,
thank you.
Yeah,
we would be honored to join.
No problem. So yeah, thank you everyone who joined in the stream, and have a great time watching back the VOD. We will meet again for sure with the developers of codenamed Monster Mania, and yeah, thanks everyone. Bye. Have a great evening. Peace out.